I made another mascot horror game, but this time it's multiplayer. There he is. There he is.
Yeah, let's go!
Oh my gosh.
Yeah!
Are you just a floating ball? You're just a floating ball!
I can ride you, bro. What?
Oh my! Oh,
Oh, you got him? Where? But how did I make this? I made plenty of mascot horror games before, my most popular being my Propeller Pete series. But Propeller Pete is a bit goofy.
To see a plane sprinting. Is this Bob? Bob, are you stuck?
So I thought, what if I spice it up a bit, and instead of making just another chapter, I make a multiplayer game. Multiplayer games have way more replayability and are generally more popular than single-player story games. For example, Escape the Backrooms got extremely popular after multiplayer was added. So I thought, why not do that myself? It can't be that hard, right? First, I'll start out by adding the basic multiplayer gameplay, then go from there. So I looked on the Unreal Engine marketplace, which is now Fab for some reason, and found this prop hunt multiplayer template. I think a prop hunt horror game would be an interesting version of a mascot game, and this template has everything I need already built in, like character selection, finding and joining matches, and Steam integration. This game will be called Toy Hunt because it's prop hunt but mascot themed, and toys are kind of mascot themed, I guess, I don't know. With the base gameplay already in the template, I can start customizing it how I want. First off, I changed the menu font to something a little more mascotish. Now, I want to add the mascot characters. I don't have time to 3D model different mascots, but thankfully, I don't have to. My friend HD Demon offered to make me some mascot models. So I described to him the 4 different mascots that I wanted, and he got to work making them.
Hello, I'm HD Demon, a 3D artist. Don't forget to subscribe to him. Okay, that's it. See ya.
After he sent them, I was really impressed with what he did. These honestly look great. They weren't quite the style I was going for though, so I went on Fiverr and got someone to polish them up a bit. The original structure is there, it just looks a little more clean. HD Demon also sent me some artwork for these mascots, which I use for posters later in the game, but we'll get to that. The mascots I have are Donkey Dan, Doodle Duck, Jeremy the Giraffe, and Shutter Sam. The player can choose what mascot character they want to play as when they're seekers. One thing that was bothering me is that there's no indicator when the mascots are attacking a prop. In most prop hunt games, the players just have guns to shoot the props. I don't know about you, but giving the mascots guns might be pushing it a little bit. So instead, I opted for a laser that they can fire. This helps show when the seekers are actually attacking and also aligns with the robotic aspect of the mascots. With the mascots done, it's time to add the different maps. I came up with 4 maps in total to choose from. But before I get to that, I need to add an actual lobby. So I called up my friend Goose Studios and we got to work making this lobby area. We named the facility where the game takes place in the Playplex and added a big sign to show it. We made a stage for the animatronic and 4 doors leading to the different maps of the Playplex. I also went back and made these 2 coming soon doors for when I add new maps. This lobby fits a lot better when the player selects characters and joins matches. With the lobby done, I started to work on the first map, the Playcade. I got this map on Fab from a Backrooms asset pack. I imported this into my project and changed the floor to have this cool retro carpet. I also added a few more arcade and token machines. I noticed these posters on the wall, which I thought would be perfect to replace with posters of the mascots. So I used HD Demon's drawings and opened Canva and made 4 posters for each mascot. Now this map came from a Backrooms pack, so all the arcade machines have basic default game names. So I exported the textures into Pixlr and changed each arcade into a game named after one of the mascots. This makes the map look so much more stylized to fit the mascot theme. With the map done, I need to add the most important thing, props. I turned different things around the arcade into props, like arcade cabinets, token machines, benches, chairs, and pretty much everything that can be used as a prop. Now the Playcade map is done, and it's pretty fun to play.
oh.
Oh, Chatty's coming!
The next map I added is the Play Park, a giant indoor play place, similar to the one in Security Breach. I found this children's play park asset pack on Fab and imported that into the project. It did come with a default map layout, which I probably could have used, but I'm not that lazy. So I called up my friend Goose Studios and we put together this map of the play park, which includes a waiting area for players to spawn in, as well as the sick lighting from the skylights. Now I just have to make the props. However, this might be the hardest map to make them for, because there isn't a whole lot of props in a play place. But thankfully the asset pack I used has these differently shaped plushes, so I used those to make most of the props, as well as this big plastic ball I made. I placed each of these around the map and changed their colors to add more variety. This is definitely one of my favorite maps, just because the play place aesthetic is so nostalgic, and it's pretty fun to play too. There he is. There he is.
Yeah, let's go!
Oh my gosh. Okay.
What is this? This is real? How is this real?
The next map is the Party Zone. For this, I actually used a map from one of my other games that me and Goose Studios made, Playcade. Not to be confused with the Playcade map that I just made. Because the base map was already there wasn't much we needed to do except add the props. I went on Sketchfab and found different birthday decorations like balloons, presents, party hats, and birthday cakes. I imported these into the project and fixed the collisions on them. Then I placed them around the map and it looks so good now. The party zone isn't as big as the other maps, but it's definitely still fun because of all the different rooms the props can hide inside. Oh, you got him? Where?
Yo!
There you are.
Yo!
Yo, who's that?
Yo!
Yo!
I'm stuck. I can't.
The final map is Showtime Theater. I thought because I have a mascot with a camera head, a theater would be a nice fit. I found this classic movie theater asset pack on Fab and imported that into the project. It didn't quite fit the style of the game though, so I changed the carpet to the retro one that I used in the Playcade. There wasn't much to do in this map, so I just got to work making the props. Thankfully, the asset pack came with different props like popcorn buckets, drinks, and chairs, so I turned those into props and placed them around the map. This is probably my least favorite map, only because it's hard to make the theater as interesting as the others, and the style is a little off. Let me know if you guys have any ideas on what to add to this map, but it's still pretty fun to play. Where did you go? No way, you just juked me out.
No way I just juked you out. There's literally no way I just juked you out that bad. I'm gone too.
With the 4 maps done, I can finally rest and... This might be a little bit hard. If you don't know, proximity chat is when the players can talk to each other, but they can only hear each other if they're close. Once the player moves too far away, you're left in complete silence. This is done in a lot of horror games to build tension when the players are left alone. But the prop hunt template I used in the beginning didn't come with it, so I'll have to make it from scratch. It can't be too hard, right? Thankfully, I found this tutorial which shows the basic steps to add proximity chat. I followed it and at first it kind of worked. The players could hear each other, but it didn't matter where you were in the map. The proximity part wasn't working. So after a couple hours of trying literally everything I could, I finally got this proximity chat to work. Let me know when you can stop hearing me. Alright, I'm gonna see the radius. Wait, keep talking. It's still a little buggy, but it works for the most part. Now the multiplayer part is finally finished. I just needed to playtest a little, and there were definitely some issues.
I'm seeing all 4 dimensions. I'm getting first, second, and third person view.
This way?
Are you just a floating ball? You're just a floating ball!
I can ride you, bro. What?
Oh my. Oh.
Oh, you got him? Where? After playtesting, there were a few things I needed to fix. For starters, some of the animations didn't work properly. After fixing that and a few other bugs, I also noticed that there wasn't a clear way to know the different props. So I made a prop index in the pause menu. This displays each prop with a little description so the players know exactly what is a prop and what isn't. I'm sure there's more bugs that need to be fixed, so I'll be updating the game regularly to fix any future issues. After finishing the multiplayer mode, I put together a Steam page for Toy Hunt. The game is in early access because it's still a little buggy and I'm planning on adding new chapters in the future. It costs $7 because I want to use the money to further expand the game, including hiring people and adding more maps and game modes. If you want to play this game for yourself, you can buy it on Steam by clicking the link in the description. Now that the multiplayer aspect is done, I just needed to add one more thing, a story mode. I can't really have a mascot horror game without some sort of story. This will not only introduce the player to the maps, but also give the player insight on the story behind the Playplex. So I got to work making chapter 1. You play as a junior technician at the Playplex, and you have to go around the facility and do different maintenance jobs. I also wanted an announcer to direct the player, so I got someone to do the lines.
Welcome to the Playplex, where fun and excitement come alive. You've been given a list of tasks to complete tonight.
You might recognize this voice from one of my other games, Tilt.
Good morning. Welcome to the Ascendium Technologies Aerostation, where the sky is not the limit.
His name is Corey McIntyre, and if you need a voice actor, make sure to hit him up. Along with the story mode, I wanted to add what every mascot horror game needs. Lore. My friend Jacefa offered to do some lines. I originally had him do the announcer, but it wasn't quite what I was looking for, so instead I asked him to do some audio tapes from an employee.
It's getting harder to work the night shifts around here. Sometimes I hear footsteps when there's no one else scheduled.
He sent them over, and I put each of his lines into this audio player and placed a bunch of these around the story mode. Some of them are pretty well hidden, and if you want to listen to them, you can play chapter 1 as well as the multiplayer mode by clicking the link in the description. I'll be adding more chapters in the future, and with each chapter, I'll introduce new maps and new mascots that will be available in the multiplayer mode. So stay tuned for new updates. Make sure to put any suggestions in the comments for what I should add in the next chapter, and recommend it to your favorite YouTuber to play. Anyways, that's just a theory. Again.